have been playing Animal Crossing for over 2 years now, and during that time I have decorated a fair few resident rep homes and also villager yards. So today I'm going to showcase some of those yards that I've done for these homes, and hopefully along the way it will give you some inspiration for when it comes to decorating your island. Let me know in the comments your favourite way to decorate a villager's yard, but let's get started. For number one, we're going to start off strong. This is possibly one of my favourite builds that I've ever done. This was on my Sprinkle Island and it is a house on a hill. This was my resident reps home, but you could definitely do this with a villager home. You just need to pop it up high on the top tier and then decorate all around. And I did this nice little valley area. It was perfect for spring and I really just love the way that it looks. Lots of green, lusciousness, lots of flowers of course, and there was even space for a cute little seating area at the top here. It works perfectly and the ladders do come in handy for getting to the house super quickly. Next up, this villager yard would be perfect for autumn. This is a sunflower field villager yard, complete with flower crown making area, which has all of the little accessories you may need, including a sewing kit, some flowers, and also the flower crown itself. The sunflowers are used by obviously placing down umbrellas. If you wanted to change this to work with any season, there are definitely custom designs out there which would allow you to do this, so you can fill out a whole field and then just pop a house in the center of it, and I'm sure it would work wonderfully. In this, I have snaked a dirt path through it, so it just adds a bit of kind of interest with the pattern and the way it kind of waves through the whole area, which I really like. So yeah, this is just a cute little area and I really like this. For number three, we have this cute little fisherman's home. This was on my first coastal town and I still really like this yard area. Obviously there's lots of pops of blue. It's all contained within this lovely stone wall, and then there's a few little builds here. There's like a little fishing setup next to the river. There's a little fisherman's kind of display there with the fisherman's rack, and also I used some rock pool designs which I used elsewhere on this island to make it feel like there is kind of a little pond in the center here. But yeah, just a really cute little yard, lots of pots of blue, some trees, some nature. So I really like this one as well. We're now on an autumn island for number four, and this is a Mush Farm setup with a cute little seating area as well, like blankets and things. So there is a diagonal bridge over across to this area and it was super small, but I think I made good use of the space. There is a little bit of path. The Mush Farm is all kind of lengthways so that we've got lots of different mushrooms in there. And then I've added in some height with the iron low table and the turkey day items, and then just put some smaller items on the ground. Lots of yellows here, lots of oranges. I really tried to go to town with those autumnal colours. From autumn, we're moving into winter, and this is from my current winter island, and I'm obsessed with this resident rep exterior. I just think it's really pretty and works perfect for any winter island. I have given this area a little bit of an extension to the home. It has like a wood storage area with some firewood because, you know, you've got to keep warm during the winter times. There is a little bit of seating out front and also a little post box. However, most of this area is pretty natural, lots of snow, trees, flowers. There's a little river right at the front as well, so it's pretty simple, but I quite like the way it looks. I think it's quite effective and it does feel kind of cozy and idyllic. I like that. An orchard is one of the staple builds that we see on so many islands, but why not use this for a resident rep home? For this island, I decided to put a resident within the orchard. It's very overgrown. There is a little bit of a path snaking through. There isn't much space here, but I think it still looks really good. There is a little seating area spread out in like a bit of a clearing so that they can have a sit down amongst all of the pears. I bet this smells amazing. So lots of green here, lots of flowers, but again, this would work great with any fruit that you choose to use. Maybe you're doing an autumn island, so it would look great with apples and all of the kind of apple cidery builds that you could do with that. I love it. For number 7, we're going to look at maybe one of the most unique villager homes that I've done, and that was Tammy's house in the sand dunes on my coastal island. This is quite overgrown, kind of got lots of bugs, weeds, bushes, etc., because that's what kind of makes me think of sand dunes. This was up on a cliff as well, which doesn't really come across here, but it was. And there's also just a few little things that make you feel like you are kind of near to the seaside. So we've got a surfboard, a life ring, some flip-flops, and there's also a little seating area with a campfire, just to make it feel not so natural and that it is lived in. Someone does live here for sure. Yeah, so that is my sand dunes build. Very specific theme, might need that, but you know, it's maybe some inspiration for you. This is the only time that I'm going to feature two villager houses together, and that's because this yard is adjoined. It is shared by these two villagers. I think it was Bo and Eric, but this was a while ago now, so it's been a while since I've seen this island and know who was on it. But I thought that it would be a nice idea to use the plant partitions just to create this shared seating area so that they can sit down and have some snacks, because these boys really do like snacks, so why not give it to them? This could work in so many different ways, and I think it would be great for neighborhoods if you're looking to kind of save space and you don't want to give individual yards to villagers. There is still a little bit of room on the edges for some little kind of personalization if you wanted to, but really it's all about the center. In at number 9, and we have another resident rep home. This was such a small space, and somehow I managed to fit in so many little details up here. It's quite cluttered, you can't really move around, but it still looks cute. I've used cutout standees to act as fences here. There's a little seating area to enjoy your morning coffee overlooking the sea. There is a little picnic blanket as well, and there's also a Cosmos shower so that when you walk off of the beach you can go straight and shower off all of that salty water so you don't ruin your hair. Perfect. I love the blue and the white here. The patterns are just really nice, and the path around here, I had to make it really simple, so it is just like wood planks with a little bit of dirt, and I think it worked nicely. So there we go, another little resident rep home on a cliff. For number 10, we're heading to a spring meadow. This has got all of the flowers and a really nice little circular seating area in the center. It's just off to the side of the resident rep home, which means that you have a clear path straight up to the front door, which is always handy. This area was quite large, and there is also a separate picnic area down the front where you can just sit amongst the flowers, which I just thought was a nice little touch there. There are a few little details here with like wildlife, wheat fields, just really mixed it up. There's a few little details around the house as well, with some boxes, the milk churn, just to add a little bit of something extra. But overall, this is just a really nice spring home, and I thought it was perfect for Callie. Next up, we have Lily's house, and this is in what I'm going to call a swamp. Because Lily is a frog, I thought, why not? Let's give her a little bit of a wetlands build, but also make it cute. So we have a few custom designs to just spice it up a bit, make it look a bit more cottagecore with some light blue, because this is my coastal town 2.0. So yeah, we needed some blues in here. So that's why there's kind of blue flowers, blue furniture designs over there, and it kind of matches the house quite nicely as well. But yeah, there is a lovely snaking grass path through all of these little ponds, which I've used the terraforming for, which I just thought was nice. It's something a bit different to what I've done in the past, and it's just something that looks fitting for Lily. So for number 12, we have Eric's house, and this is on my winter island. I decided to give him a little bit of a workshop area, so I've put down this dirt, added in some snow on top, and then added in some wheat fields, some grow moss. Next to his house, there is a little shed area and a little workbench where he can do some of his crafting. There is a lake, a really big lake that is super close to this house, so I did add in a few little kind of nautical feels with the fisher rod and also a little boat or two, just to add that feel to it, make it feel a little bit cohesive. But yeah, I thought this was perfect for Eric and kind of what I wanted to achieve for him on this island. Our next villager home is a reader's paradise. This was created for Pippi on my first coastal town, and what I've done here is create like a little reading nook right next to the house, and we've used the wooden bookcases to kind of fence it in, make it feel enclosed. There's a little writer's desk there, and also we've got some like cozy seating out the front where she can read her books, maybe make some notes, have a cup of tea and just relax. the sea is right next to this, so I feel like it would be super idyllic and the perfect place to read a book. Again, you'll see lots of blue and white here because that's the theme that I was going for, and it is surrounded by this stone fence, which is just in keeping with what I was doing on this island. We're back on the farm for our next build, and this was for Maddie, and I decided to give her a potato farm. And next to her home, she has this lovely little cozy seating area with some farm paraphernalia, and then there is the farm itself out front. All of those potatoes are growing and looking amazing. I love it, and there's lots of farm related items here. It's not too symmetrical, the farm, it's quite kind of natural feeling. You've got the dirt path running through it, and I think that's works really well. I think farm villager homes are just perfect because it gives the idea that that villager has that particular role on the island. So this wouldn't work just for a farm court island, but any themed island. I think it's a great idea. For number 15, we have Tad's home, and this is quite an outdoorsy feeling to it. It is on my spring island, but I really like the way that this looked. I didn't use much of this plank design anywhere on this island, but I thought it worked really nicely for this particular home. So he's got the decking area with some outdoorsy things, so he can do some fishing, listen to some music, have a drink, and he's also got a barbecue next to him, which is quite cute. I've tried to keep in keeping with the rest of the island with the flowers, the overgrown feeling that's going on here. There is some terraforming here where it's a little bit of a pond going on, so I thought that was cute as well, but I just think it's a really small, adorable little yard for Tad. So there we have it. That's 15 villager and resident rep yards. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments. Let me know what you like to do with your villager yards as well. And if you want to see more of these, let me know because I have a lot more. Embarrassing to say, but I do. So I'll see you again soon with another video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.